force na at a point in time Obo's number 10.
But Jude Bellingham there he can't be for England.
About into this contest in this BB stage
the skill set
no, but I mean apart from even Morgan,
but then you too strong.
Apart from
Titan better episode
I want to understand. Okay, so what does Bellingham offer? The rest can't match up to him.
What are the rest will offer? Bellingham
Bellingham is a top player right now.
Just break it down for us. So
I'm saying Uzi about Bellingham come na untimin kan dia or the papa bebrebe. That's all run. We will bet my yeah, Kabuma.
Look,
Hans Bellingham untimin ne attribute say win or but attributes be here of number 10 or the bebrebron akra man so am na complete.
But see a specialist.
But see and what you can dey say open specialist because number 10 rule na be ma e be gina coach ni instruction so enti that
but we know the coach
you also obi di bebre no you also obi di bebre that number 10 e bobo me betim dey sa quality na Thomas to ke be here number 10 abre match dey be
Lakum England in coach am I lying?
Yeah,
Thomas. You know the system that the coach plays.
Yeah.
You know what he wants is number 10 to do.
Yeah.
In fact, Thomas Tuchel wants his number 10 to do a couple of other things. He wants you to create, wants you to score goals, he wants you to help in terms of defending. Without the ball. Again, when we are talking about 4 or 5 number 10s in question, even away from Morgan Rogers, from set plays, Morgan Rogers is a top set player better than Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
Set plays. Set play, waiting about corner, waiting about free kick, waiting about all of these things than Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
You go and take someone like Cole Palmer. Yeah. If you want Cole Palmer to come and help you build up, he can do it better than Jude. Yeah. He can score goals. In fact, you said
Jude incisive. Okay, than Jude, yeah, Cole Palmer.
Even big games, he scores goals too in big games as well.
Okay.
Apart from that, there's this boy that's not even for his name.
Anderson.
No, the other one. He's also a 10.
Yeah.
Gibbs White.
Morgan Gibbs White.
Gibbs White can also calm down.
Gibbs White.
No, I'm listening all of those players for you.
Okay.
The all-round physicality that Jude Bellingham will do, pick the boy, Gibbs White can use physicality.
Okay.
Gibbs White can press.
Okay.
Yes, Gibbs White probably is not consistent as a goal scorer. I won't get a lot of goals and assists than Jude Bellingham. But Jude is not far off these boys like that. It's far off Gibbs White.
I slightly descend from Gibbs White. I don't think Gibbs White matches up to where Bellingham or I don't.
But I see Gibbs White no, you find Tonchen.
But Gibbs White is even better than
o make it 3 factors or the be judging on Martin e Thomas Tuchel setup. But in oba no akobo player or ahead in that speciality now kind of. But you see obeka obka creativity goals and obe track back attack. In this one say kabom na Bellingham didn't yin ba omu nyina mo men no. Omu nyina obebo me omu nyina men no. In terms of attack na say for. Omu abom do pin. And you see we goals in the back. Yeah. The season Bellingham Kupama ahead of him. So in terms of goals, Palmer it will be checked. Yes, far better than him in terms of goals.
Palmer is a better creator than Bellingham.
Me ba honum. In terms of all the Elliot ayi beba Henderson on men Bellingham in terms of goals.
No,
Morgan
Gibbs White. Morgan Rogers on men Bellingham in terms of goals. Yeah, on men Bellingham in terms of per numbers now Bellingham there about goal scored. Goal scored or assist.
Goals and assist.
So o can to assist them goals now they or they need defensive prowess.
It was about goal scoring,
goal creation and so Obeba can be defend. And you see about goals and so Bellingham in this contest no Cole Palmer nkwa na besin. And you see Bellingham by in terms of be defending are better than Omunyina in defending. Defending
is not better without the ball.
Without
the ball. Better than Rogers. Better than Morgan Rogers.
Let's put the metrics.
Better than Morgan Rogers. Better than Morgan Rogers.
Bellingham, Phil Foden, Cole Palmer,
Morgan Rogers.
Yeah. So rank almost based on how you
start for England.
Jude Bellingham should start. Foden, Embra. That Aston Villa guy and Ombra Hansana.
Kopama.
Okay, Bellingham. For me, Kopama, Phil Foden, then Morgan Rogers. Yeah.
Akomeah.
For the English national. Number 10 now. Number 10.
Yeah, these 4 players.
Also, why Bellingham, Rogers,
Phil Foden,
and then Kopama.
Kopama. I think Kopama should start.
Other the best.
I think right after Kopama. I'm speaking to the number 10.
Yeah, number 7.
Me person we sure answer. Me person we sure.
Number 7.
Me person we sure.
Number 10
Me person we sure answer. Me person we sure no go fetch na bi anfa.
Asinya almost had a fraud. Only fraud because contest na fee kind. Almost had a contest. Almost had a go for. David, contest na fee kind. Contest na fee the on board now. Almost had a contest in bio.
I want to make it clear. If you are talking about the English national team, if you are talking about the English national team, the number 10. Me, assistance now. They make for Kopama as the number 10.
No, what I'm saying is that
in the context of Thomas Tuchel as a coach.
No, but of course, but if
I don't know what about you because you see,
Lakum, calm down. What I'm saying is that we are talking about number 10, but number 10 is based on what the coach wants. So we know the coach of the English national team.
And we know the national team.
Yes, so what does he want as his number 10? So do you want Kopama?
Yes, Kopama.
No problem. It's still number 10.
So give me the other.
Right after Kopama, to Bellingham.
Okay.
After Bellingham, Morgan Rogers. Then Foden will come.
Morgan gets right.
Rogers better 4.
the Rogers to 10, not the 4, not to 4. Yeah.
There's a Morgan gets right on World Cup.
On in
TV. Oh, for me also, if Kopama is fit, 100% he should start. Then I will bring Jude Bellingham after him for Foden 10. I think Tuchel will use Foden on the wings. But for Foden third. And then you go have convinced me out of my wings. I think it's a good idea, but as a
in the contest of Oma, you're competing for over there. Yeah,
He's a good player.
Morgan goes right. And we don't Uncle World Cup. Morgan goes right.
You're a good player,
especially in this year where he's not really.
Nottingham Forest are not playing so well.
If it was last year, then he would have been a prominent member.
But do you think Kopama should start?
No.
Who should start?
In terms of what Thomas Tuchel wants, Palmer has some physical discomfort. I don't know how he'll be able to sort it out. So, hinging on that, I don't think he's ready to start for England as their number 10. The demands of a Tuchel number 10, Palmer is not in the right physical shape to do that. So I think, my opinion, judging by what is happening, maybe Morgan Rogers. Also looking at the season that Aston Villa is having. Physically he's ready. If the World Cup is to start now, then you have to look at all 4 players. Physically he's ahead of everyone. In terms of ability, I would dare say that he measures up to all these guys. It's just that he's not had the platform to really audition how good he is. That is the issue with Morgan Rogers. He's a solid player. Technically, you need to just watch him and look at what he's capable of doing. He's not really had the spotlight shown on him. But he's a solid player. And coaches like Tuchel, they like such players. It's like a cup which is half full, so you can pour more into it. That is Morgan Rogers. Tuchel would love to work with him. Irrespective of pedigree, the name, whatever. But he can execute whatever he is given as an instruction to do. So, judging now, Rogers will start. Second would be Kopama.
I will not use Bellingham as a number 10. If you want to play an 8, you should forget. I think that is where I will agree with you.
But 6 and 8, they sorted in the English team and Bellingham won't get the place there.
I'm saying if he will not.
Or if you won't get the 8,
spot in the 8, you should forget.
Because Elliot Anderson and what's the name of that guy? Declan.
I think Bellingham as a 8.
Bellingham number 8 better than better than
I think that
better than number 8.
Bellingham is better than them. But per what Tuchel wants, it is going to affect the team a lot if you play Jude Bellingham as an 8 or a 6. Because in this case, Elliot Anderson is a 6. And that position is sorted. I think that from now to the World Cup,
you are mistaken with the Elliot Anderson 6 bit.
Yeah.
I think about 2 days ago, I found out about one or two things about how Nottingham Forest sets up. Yeah. It's more like an 8.
Yeah, he's an 8.
No, but I'm saying that in the English national team, for Three Lions, for England, for under Thomas Tuchel, he has played him as a 6. He's now
and
always...
Declan Rice?
Declan plays as an 8.
So that's
for the English
point.
national team.
Again,
at Arsenal now, Declan plays as an 8.
No, but Fee, the technical profile of Bellingham allows for any coach to give him that straight instruction. This is the role.
Great.
This is what I expect of you. And I think you will
But I'm saying that based on the other quality that's in the team.
Anderson,
let's take it one after the other. Anderson as a 6. Anderson as a 6 has now become a specialist for the team. And because
for that I agree.
Yes, and because Rice can give you a lot more at 8 than at 6 today. Because if you play Rice just at 6, you are restricted. Especially if you are playing upcoming, especially if you play Cole Palmer as a 10. You are probably not going to get the best press with Cole Palmer. So you need an 8 that is a workaholic that will cover the grounds, and Declan gives you that. So if you play Elliott as a 6, ball retention, let's play out from the back of this things. You play Declan as an 8. And if you play Jude Bellingham, the main downside of Bellingham as an 8 or 6 in a deeper role that I feel will hurt the team is that he's too overelaborate on the ball. He likes to take a 10 before he passes. That he take a 10 before he plays a 6. He gives you the ball, takes a 10. Like he likes to drop his shoulder before he passes.
I would never advise he be played as a 6, but as an 8.
So it means that you take Elliot Anderson out and Rice becomes 6.
On any given, it depends on the makeshift that can make because Akomeah can. Because you need options, you need variety, especially for a tournament like the World Cup. Rice and Bellingham can play as a 6 and 8, and they complement each other perfectly. Only if they agree to stick to whatever instruction the coach has given to them. If Bellingham is going to be tactically disciplined, trust me, I don't think we'll be having a discussion as to whether he can dispose of players like Elliot Anderson or Declan Rice in the number 8 position. I think that is his natural position.
Of course, that's when he was more of an 8 with Bryant.
He should never be part of any conversation about number 10.
But now he can also play as a 10.
No. How efficient can he be in that role as compared to the other players?
So the problem is that now if you don't take care, Jude Bellingham will not get a place in the starting 11 at England. Because we all understand that in the last few games that Tuchel has been playing, he will change, but he doesn't change the 6. It looks as if he's okay with Elliot Anderson with the 6. And we also know that Declan is now one of the best midfielders in the world as an 8.
No, but I don't think it's a problem if Bellingham is not starting now in the English team.
That is my only worry because
it evokes memories of the Paul Scholes, Gerrard, where coaches were struggling to piece them into one team or put them into one team. That is it. Akomeah cannot.
Do you think Declan Rice is a better 8 than Jude Bellingham?
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, in the last few years, let me just add this to it. Jude can be a better 8 than Declan. I would say this just so you get where I'm coming from. Jude can be a better 8 than Declan. But in the last 2 years, last 1.5 years. The person. No, let me make my point. Let me make my point. The only person within the two who has played consistently as an 8 has been Declan. He has evolved to play as a 10. So unless you are taking me back to his Dortmund days, then look at the 8 that he was playing there. That is a little bit far off.
So if you are talking about the last 2 years, that means you are going back to just maybe the Euros.
Like last season.
We are going back to the Euros. 2024. Talking about the last 2 years. There was Jude Bellingham in the English national team. What was his role?
He was playing the team more of a 10.
And what was Declan Rice's role in that team?
Elliot Anderson was in that team. Don't forget.
So who was
6 was Declan, but that's I told you he has evolved.
And there were issues. It wasn't like a perfect system. And that even led to Kobe.
Exactly.
Because they were trying to find
for the English national team, there are various dynamics I believe Thomas Tuchel will have to look at, especially when you go into certain games where you are going to meet the big boys. For example, I really trust Elliot Anderson. I think he's a player that has a lot of years ahead of him to even develop to become better. But I ask myself, in a proper midfield game between maybe England and Spain, or England and Argentina, look at the midfield of Argentina, look at the midfield of Spain. Like you go like, no, let me go with Declan Rice and Elliot Anderson and somebody else at the number 10 apart from Jude Bellingham. My guy.
Why?
You see, there are certain things that Jude Bellingham brings to the table the English national team that I believe most of these guys they have the talent, but I don't think they
like what
the character and the confidence and the leadership he brings from the pitch. There are certain things only about the potential, the talent. There are certain games you need the top boys or the big boys to come in. I remember there was a certain game. Now seeing Mike, every game I'm saying no. The players on starting should have done better and brought in the big boys. Because certain games like this. Is the AFCON. It makes fair. Ivory Coast versus Egypt. I asked the certain question. Why didn't he start Jean-Michel Seri? That game against Egypt, because I felt that small boy in the crowd is saying,
Christ, Inau lie.
Right. Inau game, you could see the talent and the potential is there. But there were certain phases of the game, a leadership and experience, which he was not doing that and complementing the midfield of Ivory Coast for quite some time. So I thought that game be a second for fun and Jean-Michel Seri game. Almost starting. Now we are practicing. No bet me free bench ahead. So I think Bellingham in the English national team. Feel Obio say Elliot way the name claim. They deserve to say it. But I think in the context of what he can give the national team and the World Cup and the big games.
Mike, this is where I depart slightly from what you say. And I say this because it is true. And I think even it's more so charisma than even character. Jude Bellingham's personality. Like you rightly mentioned, Spain. Argentina, Brazil, big game. You want France. But you see, this is something that Declan Rice also embodies. Declan Rice also embodies the personality. He may not be as loud as Judas. And I don't want the word loud to be misconstrued to be like a negative thing. But Jude already plays for Madrid. If you play for Madrid, it's a natural thing that comes with you. Like Charlie, it's Madrid. You understand? Declan has that personality. However, that is why I feel like if Declan can give me that personality and he can play better 8, at least in the context of the last 1 year, what I've seen him as an 8, he can play a better 8 today. I'd rather pair Declan with Elliot and who's a specialist 6, just so you don't overcomplicate. I can understand. In such a game, if you want me to start Jude Bellingham as a 10, I can start Jude as a 10.
I agree.
But I won't take Jude Bellingham to 6 or 8. I'll drop Cole Palmer, play Jude as a 10, or I'll play Cole Palmer on the right wing, use Reece James as a high-flying fullback, just so Cole Palmer can come inside and Jude is also still there. So those things are there, but
I think that becomes a true reflection of what Thomas Tuchel
wants to do. So that because he likes to use Reece up and down.
He's adaptive, unlike Gary Southgate.
As a 10.
but in this kind of conversation, not because of recent form team question. If say Jude, I made that form now. Then my first season of Real Madrid now. A conversation you be having. Say Jude, the form now. The man Real Madrid first season now. About on board needing come. But
I think it's the same form that led us to the Euro 2024. The changes that Gareth Southgate should make.
And I think for the World Cup
they were struggling to find a role for him.
Yeah, and for the World Cup too.
In the team.
And for the World Cup too.
So it has always been there.
For the World Cup too.
As I mentioned, it's similar to the era of Scholes,
Owen Hargreaves,
Gerrard, Lampard. Knowing how to fix them in the system that was.
But I think say a issue there. But senka on the form na ye kan can say you be pay how or be complement to this midfielders now.
No, but around him. That form coincided with a change in the shape and approach of the team he played for, which is Real Madrid. National team setups are very different. Because you barely have time to train and then try out a lot of systems. So the coach will stick to one that works. So he doesn't have the luxury of time to come and experiment with what Madrid did Jude Bellingham. So let me also try the template. You don't get that time to experiment at national team level. So the coach will likely have his own identity. And how he will love to use players. And most of the times it's about trust, not form. And that is how come there have been times players will hit top form at their class, but coaches will not even call them. Or when they come, they'll be benched. Because I trust Lukaku. So irrespective of the form that Lois Openda is in, I will not start him.
Openda will have to climb off the bench because Lukaku has a certain track record, the consistency. So at the national team level, has Bellingham replicated that form on a consistent basis for coaches to trust him? That he's doing that at Real Madrid. I can trust him enough to use him in that role. So even if he was on top form now, we'll still be grappled with this issue. I don't think it will bet any debate about who should play number 10.
It's interesting to see what Thomas Tuchel is going to do with this squad. He's an adaptive coach. He can go with a 3-back, with a double number 10. He can go with a 4-back, with a midfield 3.
Yeah.
He can literally go into a certain game and decide and say that, okay, I'm playing Elliot Anderson, Declan Rice, and Jude Bellingham in a midfield 3. Or maybe Morgan Rogers just as at the tip of the 2 strikers.
Oh, but they should bring
it.
Maybe. Ghana, we are ready to face them. So.
You are ready to face them.
Oh, we are ready to face England. No problem. We are ready.
We are ready to face England.
Whatever combination they should bring. We are ready.
Panama,
Ghana,
whatever combination be England for now be our family.
But Ghana, they wait my trust you almost say my hoops in the field. But
we are waiting la.
Yes, Opa bo me bia chese ohunye din wadi fo ento ko bia be sha se opa bo me bia chese ohunye din ohun de be sha se
uja meka waka chose opa bo me da
only me when da be ko a he's mostly defensive. He protects his face. He's inviting you to attack, then he will counter attack.
Ento ko be hu bia de omo din me
first match Panama no ho Panama no Panama with me bia
NM3 no say Ghana ya target Panama 3 points. Almost target you.
No problem.
Target.
Target me.
All the same, guys. So welcome. It's a 4-post podcast. Yeah, you didn't come on It was part of a conversation we're having before the cameras went on, and then they activated live recording. But welcome. We are back from a weekend where development means that more at the Arsenal. Then the 3 weeks Premier League champion. Manchester United. If the Premier League was starting now,
Carrick ball.
If the league was starting now, Komaje. Oh, we are there. So that's a Manchester United fan in his Liam Rosinia outfit. Turtleneck. Then he has a spectacular.
On what day?
Liam Rosinia.
On what day?
On what Then Chelsea also comeback kings. Back to back.
Hey.
Back to back. And the team na ye. So we'll be discussing all these results plus any other developments that we need to look at. Judging by what happened in Spurs versus City, doesn't mean Arsenal. Then in Spain, the penalty kicks. Well, Real Madrid and their 11th penalty in the La Liga. And they needed that to win against Rayo Vallecano. 2-1. Kylian Mbappe scoring late penalty to claim 3 points for Alvaro Arbeloa. Barcelona, Lamine Yamal started scoring. And it is
Star Boy
for the Blaugrana.
Star Boy.
Just a point separating the team. So guys, welcome. On my left is Lakum. My extreme right is Akomeah Rosinia. And then the tactical Fiifi Manfred. Boadu. This is the 4-post podcast. Let me do one thing for us. Just 4-post podcast. Search for it. You can Google search 4-post podcast. If you go to the channel, subscribe to it, and then hit the notification bell. Then you can follow us and enjoy all the things that we share with you.
Akwa. Yeah, Joso.
Messiah Rosinia. Look at here.
That's all the Papa will take. Shakira. Get like That's what to Papa Ute.
Hey, Mr. Papa Ute, the assembly am my assembly number drum.
There was this rendition here. I said, Omo Kwa. Debbie, and yeah, numpo. This guy and then his girlfriend, they are inside. Then the side sending a message. Check that pregnancy test was negative. But what? I say, I'll make sure I be positive. The wife lay beside said, what is happening? I say, you will not understand. Charlie, so let's start the conversation. Weekend, what were your major highlights? Like I'm starting for you. Major highlight for the weekend. Then they see a tower come out.
Chelsea game against West Ham. That come back. Yeah.
What about it?
I think say proud to the game. The Chelsea are against Snap. Now side it difficult. Every stadium to win against Chelsea. After saying no more form. So going to this match, I mean, Chelsea is going to get this one. Bet how I'm getting this win, I think a wonderful because going to man down against West Ham. I think that West Ham this season, and my that performance now we can say is now they are up there. I've economy 3 consecutive. So okay, my team now this season now. On what demand form. But you see the approach, I'm losing a room or first half. I personally think that with the players now we choose someone there. Now I don't have problem with it. You can say player we they have a problem, but the approach no the room and I'm having problem with it because or baby or shall say it the now I'm left back that is Jerry how to I inverted. No man, Enzo Fernandez now midfielder now all born with Caicedo. Abba, Renska. No, begin that Chelsea build up. But I'm trying because of that 4-4-1-1 West Ham for so Omulo do that right one with Jao Bowen and Wan-Bissaka. It do 1v1 with Ono and Garnacho now. Garnacho find it difficult against someone attack. He say Garnacho. And that player now need defense progress good sense. No Mutima solid that left side of Chelsea when we say they will have to inverted or buy any difficult for him. It's a hell goes meaning FF on the band of so Yam Rosine after first half from echoing change. That is why I'm going to say medical because say oh mommy attitude of a champion. Yeah, mommy today no can give home. So mommy attitude of a champion because in games I win. You like Akomeah two faces. Face are the best suffer. Any face are women utilize. And me say at the point in time, Liam was in there by 6 games now, but that attitude of that champion. But for me, Obabe is at the point in time, we say Obabe they are by Treba, but of the son, Emmanuel Bay, that form, who goes and the full bus, I white to create that way for Chelsea to develop that game. So I think say how was this game after going 2 down, a better can bear that come back again. Chelsea for that player. Enzo Fernandez, quality player. The point in time of the game, we say that guy would never give him control the tempo of the game and all that decisive play. Our best switch up play. So I think
why is he not getting there? Enzo Fernandez. Why? It looks like looking for it has gone off the radar. Obia and Obia when things were a bit topsy turvy, Nyoman Koye, a book a cana, 5 buck, na say. Then everybody was loud.
I wish I'll hear Kiki's take on that one first, on Enzo Fernandez. Because he's the only opponent or the only non-Chelsea fan that usually gives very, very good takes on Enzo Fernandez. I just think Enzo is underrated, even in the eyes of Chelsea fans. I just think that sometimes Chelsea fans want certain things from Enzo Fernandez. But I doubt that there is a midfielder. We're talking about Bruno Fernandez. Manchester United fans are complaining that Bruno has an 8. He won't get the best out of him. There isn't a single midfielder in today's world that can give you better than average performance in all the 3 phases of play. Enzo Fernandez can give you as a 6 alone, deep line he will play for you. As an 8, progression should give it to you. As a 10, you play. As an 8 and a 10, he will give you goals and assists like what the top 10s will give you today in the modern game. That is the numbers of Bruno Fernandez's and the likes this season. The numbers of the top midfielders that will give you. And that's what I see. How many goals and assists Bruno Fernandez have this season? How many goals and assists does Bruno Fernandez have this season? How many? You don't know.
5 goals, 12 assists.
How many goals does Enzo Fernandez have this season?
So how many goals and assists?
Eh?
How many goals and assists?
5 goals. How many assists?
12 assists.
12 assists.
Yeah, he has the most assists
17.
in the Premier League.
Enzo Fernandez goal contribution has 18.
No, I asked you. How you said goals? So how many goals? How
He
many
says
assists?
goals and assists.
No, first of all,
Enzo Fernandez has 8 assists
Uh-huh.
and 10 goals. Yes. Yes. This season.
8 assists. So he's better.
Oh, I'm not saying he's better. I don't understand why you have taken
No. Do you know why I have a challenge
of the
with what you're
top
saying?
midfielders.
You know why I have a challenge with what you're saying?
You are just waiting to have a challenge.
Let him.
No.
Let him.
Let him bring his challenge. Okay. Let's wait
No,
for his challenge.
let
We
him.
want to know your challenge.
No, let him finish.
Thank you very much.
So go ahead.
When I'm talking, don't interfere.
All competitions, Robert.
I said when I'm talking,
Yeah.
don't interfere.
Go ahead.
So speak.
But you've already interfered with mine. So what I'm saying is that Enzo Fernandez will give you the numbers of the top midfielders this
Overall
season.
contribution.
The overall he will give it to you. He will give you build up. He will give you 8. I just feel that Enzo Fernandez, after winning the World Cup, came to a Chelsea team that struggled for a season or two. And a lot of Chelsea fans, when the team gets to the point where they are struggling, they tend to somebody and they see Enzo Fernandez and say, oh, this is the guy to blame. And they constantly blame him. That's the thing. But if you look at Enzo Fernandez, if he were in a Madrid team, if he were in the Barcelona team, he would probably, if he were in the Paris Saint-Germain team, he would be speaking about Ballon d'Or positions for a player of that caliber.
So Enzo has 8 goals and 2 assists in the Premier League. Then for Chelsea this season, he has 2 goals and 1 assist in the Champions League this season. So if you combine everything, he's giving you close to the 18 you mentioned, which is he has 11 goals and then 4 assists.
16 goal contribution.
In all competitions. Yeah. And then Bruno just played in the Premier League, right? 12 assists and 5 goals.
Yeah.
So Enzo is a better goal scorer. Yeah. Bruno has created more assists. But then again, assist mostly is about the finishing. You can create a very good chance, but it's about the one who finishes. And we all know Chelsea has had issues.
We know. Now it's about who is going to finish.
Back to you.
Now it's about who is going to finish.
So why they make your point?
Very good. I really like that.
So to you, let's go.
You see, we are seeing we. Oh, be had any interest in
Be
it.
had an interest in it.
But the world was created.
What's
interest.
What's it?
The moment God said, let us. Let us. It means there was an interest.
The host is here.
Let's go.
You see, I think for what Fiifi said about, you can let me know when you come inside. So I think the earliest statement that was made about Enzo Fernandez being a key player in the phases of play is something that I would see at the first phase of the build. I don't normally see him around there. And when it comes to even that is why Chelsea will always bet one of their fullbacks. That is why Chelsea.
I'm not allowed to.
No, let him make his point, and then later. No, later you can come in. So let him make his point.
If he was that good, in that particular place,
don't derail.
In terms of build up. In terms of build up and defending. In terms of these two things, if it was that exceptionally good face, I think Chelsea will already ahead. Vetting a fullback. Anytime they wanted to build up, even under Enzo Maresca. For an absolutely brilliant player. Brilliant. Proper box midfielder. Crashes the box so well. Links up with the attack so well. Create chances. There are some overhead passes that normally plays that I feel like even Garnacho and Neto are not even making use of it. Such a solid and brilliant midfielder in that phase. In the number 10. I think he sniffs so well. Movement in and around the penalty box. The vision to create. Especially when he's just at the tip of the penalty box. So for two phases, I think he's absolutely brilliant. But for the first phase, I don't think he's that kind of player we should be worrying about trying to talk about.
Can I see this question?
Can you help us with the role he played at Benfica?
The role he played at Benfica?
Yeah.
I think
before coming to Chelsea.
For that 6 months.
For Argentina's World Cup winning.
Masade.
I'm just adding something to what he said. That's all.
Masade.
I'm just adding something to what he said.
Are they?
I'm just adding.
Can you help us?
With his role he played for Benfica.
Not the position, no, the role he played.
The role he was playing as a box-to-box midfielder.
Benfica.
Yes. And Florentino Luis was the sitting midfielder. No, Florentino Luis is a box-to-box.
He was the build-up. Enzo was in charge.
No. Also role bay. And I'm saying box-to-box.
Because no.
Florentino Luis
Enzo
was the...
No, Florentino was more box-to-box.
Florentino no box-to-box. Fifi, stop that.
Argentina national team.
Argentina national team, box-to-box.
He played box-to-box.
Box-to-box.
Akomeah to 2 when he.
I'm too many. No, give me the average positioning of the team.
But
just the average position. Okay,
even
very
Enzo
good. Don't
Fernandez.
worry.
Enzo Fernandez. Listen.
Akomeah,
when you look at Enzo Fernandez, it is true. Oh, listen to what I'm saying. When you look at Enzo Fernandez, it is true that you can't trust him without the ball. It is the reason why. Let me finish talking. That's right. That's right. He's single. They keep saying you can't trust Enzo Fernandez as without the ball. That is why you can't play him as a lone 6. The way you can play Rodri as a lone 6, you can't play Enzo as a lone 6. That is why it's important to play Enzo with Caicedo. Me, I bet you differ from your point when you say that the reason why we invert fullbacks because Enzo is not over there. I think it's because most teams overload the middle. So Enzo Maresca wanted a +1 in the middle by inverting. But Enzo Fernandez with the ball first face, he is better than Caicedo.
First face.
Yes,
I don't think so.
Not without the ball, with the ball.
No, with the ball, I don't think so.
In build-up, see, against Napoli, when you took off Andre Santos, Enzo Fernandez went to do the job that we all
You see what you're talking about. When he took off,
how many times has Andre Santos played?
And Maresca. Now let's do a proper analysis based on logistics and how they set up Chelsea. And who was doing the first phase?
Yes.
And Enzo Maresca, who was
Caicedo.
Was he doing it well or not?
He was doing it well.
In the last few games,
have I told you why he was? Ask me a question. You've answered my academic discourse. No. You asked me a question. I also almost asking you. I'm also asking you. The reason why he will not do that, he will not let Enzo Fernandez do that. Is it clear or not?
Is it clear?
Because without the ball, and number 6, you want Caicedo there. Not Enzo Fernandez.
You've actually moved on from whether you have possession. The key context of whatever we are discussing now is about the first phase build-up.
Yes.
Now, in the first phase build-up, under Enzo Maresca, you've actually agreed with the fact that it was Moises Caicedo.
Yes, he was using Caicedo.
He was using Caicedo.
Now, but does that mean that?
I'm coming.
Does that mean that Enzo cannot play there?
Fifi, the first
does that mean that Enzo cannot play there? Does that mean that Enzo cannot play there?
So let's move on to another issue. How sustainable is this approach by Rosinia? Half-time changes. How sustainable? It's worked against Napoli. It worked against West Ham. Maybe it's worked in a couple of games. I think the only game where Chelsea went behind and failed to rally themselves back into the game was against Arsenal in the EFL Cup. So how long can he keep on doing this? And what does it show regarding Rosinia being ready or not ready?
If this doesn't sound as a warning to the Chelsea hierarchy, then I don't know what else.
Okay.
Clearly, whatever is happening is trying to tell the Chelsea owners that we have quantity in depth, but we don't have quality in depth. Because there are certain key players in certain key positions that whenever they come into the match where Chelsea is actually struggling, everything suddenly turns around. For example, Andalian, in the last few games that he has, certain players have that particular one, Luis James. How important this is to this team. Number 2, talk about Marco Correa. How important he is to this team. Look at a player like Palmer. How important he is to this team. Then look at a player like João Pedro. How important he is to this Chelsea setup. Against West Ham, Garnacho, Gittins, no Palmer. No Reece starting that game. We saw how Chelsea struggled. No Maguire. We saw how Hato struggled against Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Jared Bowen. Then all of a sudden, these players come and everything starts turning around for Chelsea. I think the Chelsea board will sit down and look at it and ask themselves certain questions about certain players they brought to the club. and they will need to have a look at it. Even if there's no Liam to continue the job, because the Chelsea job is not secured. You can sign 6.5 years and be sacked at the point in time. But the whole context of the squad building and the team they are trying to do, everything clearly shows that they need quality in depth in terms of setting positions. And whenever one player is not around, any other player that should come should make sure that he's able to fit in. I think Chelsea only have one player who is really fit for that particular left back role, and that is Akomeah. I don't see Akomeah as a proper left back. When Levi was around, I didn't think he was also a proper left back for Chelsea. But in a nutshell, you need to fix in some of these players to work out for you. Whenever there's an injury situation, just to do a proper squad rotation. But I'm really impressed with how he is in terms of changing things quickly. The moment things begins to go wrong. I've seen coaches relax, trust those who are playing for quite some time. Till the match is quite over, where there's no turning point before they can do one or two changes. But for Liam, he reads the game so well. After going 2-0 down, I saw him writing one or two things. Just at the second half, changes one or two things. Back. The team is back playing so well and trying to score a lot of goals. And how his teams are able to pin you down for like 2 or 3 minutes or 4 minutes. Mike, some of these things, it's really difficult to see it around certain teams in Europe. There are few teams that can actually pin an opponent down for like 5, 6 to 7 minutes. Which actually for him. Whenever Chelsea wants to win a game, and the Saps coming against Napoli, we saw it. There was a point in time Chelsea literally pinned Napoli back for like 5 to 6 minutes, playing, trying to create chances, and sustained pressure. That is one key factor of Liam's team that I really love about him. When he decides to change things, he decides to get goals at the point in time. Now looking at the whole Chelsea staff and everything that is going on, I think they should really manage their expectations. He's really doing well. He has even exceeded expectations. But they should really calm down. Watch him go back into the Champions League once again, back to back. I think he's a man that is ready to learn on the job. I only hope how his nature is, how he's behaving. He doesn't become a stubborn coach. Some of these guys, young when they are going like this, it's all about buying time for themselves. The moment they buy time for themselves, the rest of the things becomes his own decisions and what he stands by. For example, when Enzo Fernandez was coming in, everyone thought, no, this is our guy. You will listen. He did a lot of listening by sacking a lot of players. See here and there, him telling you, I'm not playing for me. I'm working with 24 players. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But when he became the champion of the world, and he won the conference, everything started to change because he believes he has worked for that position. He has worked to stay. He has earned that right to say a lot of things. And I'm only hoping Liam doesn't get to that stage. When coaches are growing, they become loyal to certain players even when their form are bad. For now, he's proving that even if your form is bad, he will serve you. Okay. I just hope it continues, or else there will be trouble. You can ask.
Judging by what has transpired so far between Carrick and Rosinia, who has made the biggest impact or the bigger impact? Liam over Carrick. Yes. Fee. Carrick or Liam, who has made the bigger impact?
Well, I think it's Liam.
Liam Rosinia.
Carrick. Yeah, for me, Carrick.
What has he done at Manchester United that's been that transformative?
You see, answer number 2, Manchester United, it was depleted for me.
Okay.
Ruben Amorim wasn't giving that results na Manchester United here. And you see, after so be interim, we face 2 matches. Now, for me, if Ruben Amorim was there, it could be a disastrous match for me because you can see it's Ruben Amorim, we need this kind of matches. But that situation now, not this kind of matches. That means a bit more survive. But for me, was an interim. Oba tactically and told team but he was able to win against team Wadaka and the Tosumi. And we also say intimate fan on charging because Ruben Amorim was giving that resource against the big side now war England. And this kind of teams now mess on clubs against on be defend no blocks against Fulham. Oteki 2 goals lead. At the point in time, we need. So he has proven a point. So, before Manchester United team, it was depleted for me. winning against teams and again yes be able to beat that side and it's difficult for Ruben Amorim to play against them. That's teams so many different low blocks and from one key team so share against the big side the world England now be defending low blocks. It's not difficult for Manchester United Ruben Amorim to beat these teams but we need 3 matches in a row. So I think for me
what hasn't Carrick done that makes you think whatever thing is done does not match up to what Rosinia has been able to do at Chelsea?
I think Carrick has done a very good job, honestly. If you look at how he has done, it looks simple, but then it's very telling.
Okay.
Change in formation, change in structure, right player profiling, especially the 2 big games against Arsenal and Manchester City. Yesterday, I've mentioned that the importance of using Brian Mbeumo centrally has made a lot of difference. Also with Patrick Dogu. However, I just think that if you look at circumstances in which United were and the circumstances in which Chelsea were, Chelsea were not in bad form when Liam came. When Liam came, Chelsea were in the top 4. They were playing well. They have won World Cup. Enzo Maresca particularly was not seen as a bad manager. But for Michael Carrick, he took a Manchester United team that the coach was seen as not good enough. So he just had to go back and change the formation. Now Liam had to change something else. He had to change more of the psyche of the team and also still get the players to believe that you've lost a very good manager that you liked. However, let's get a result. Also, he has played more games than Michael Carrick. He has played 7 games. He has won 6 different competitions. Exactly. Almost every competition, including the most difficult competition in Europe, in the Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, League Cups, and stuff like that. Whilst Michael Carrick has only played in the league. Again, Carrick has had 7 days each week to prepare his team for every game. Liam literally doesn't have training sessions. He just have meetings with his team to go and play in the Champions League. So I think Liam has probably been more impactful. However, for both of them, it's about the long term. If Liam does not get results consistently and does it for the long term, things will begin to crumble. Michael Carrick can see. Manchester United have seen that before in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, where he comes in, wins games at the beginning and gets a point where we just cannot trust Ole. If he's able to do it consistently, obviously, the Manchester United job is there for the taking.
Kiki,
I think I will join you.
Where do you see Carrick and Manchester United at this rate? Where do you see them at the end of the season? And if I know more,
the farthest they can go is to be in the top 4. But
FA Cup. Grimsby.
No, game, but I think the farthest we can go is to be in the top 4. But
and would that be seen as success for Manchester United, judging by the investments into the team?
Where we are coming from, yes.
The reason why to be a success is simple.
With the
investment, probably low key, they were thinking we can actually be a competitor, not a contender. But Ruben Amorim psyched up the team and make it feel like it's a process and we will suffer.
So we were
losing matches, we were winning some, and we the fans, management, everybody understood that indeed that is how it will be. Yeah. So we or Manchester United were expecting that if you are able to get the top 4, it's fine. Yeah. So Carrick came
and give it the
feeling like we would have even done more if he came earlier. Yeah.
So right now we still don't have a choice because looking at where Arsenal, I think between Manchester United and Man City just 6 points and all that. But looking at where Arsenal is 9 points, obviously you are not winning the league. Yeah. But we are thinking Manchester United thinking the farthest we can go is win. But long term wise, however we are.
But can United be in the top 4?
It's extremely possible. I'm just looking at if Michael Carrick and Holland will take notice of certain things. With however we play, long term wise, can this sustain us to be able to fall in the top 4? Because against Arsenal, against Manchester City, and against Fulham, find ways and means to break our midfield. Just as if we were lucky not to be conceding. you find the to some extent our defense was compact
and also to
an extent lack now a side.
But let's see
lack the Tifriho. Harry Maguire started making those mistakes.
He made some yesterday.
Yes,
the long
term.
Right now we have
like literally 40 matches.
Because right now for our midfield, it's quite obvious.
And if you do that more than Carrick pencil, we obviously need a midfield change.
And even with Carrick formation,
Akomeah is playing very well.
Yes. But here is the case with the kind of formation Carrick is playing. You need to be super athletic. So if you decide that you want to press with Bruno Fernandez and your strikers in Bruno or Sesko or whoever, at the end of the day, you are making it more like where the ball is. You need 3 or 2 or more Manchester United players surrounding them, so creating a zone. Yeah. So one more work for Casemiro or legs for that. More work for Yesterday was a typical. If you press so high, not both three press. I have a midfield. Nobody's literally there. Even Sandy bench. So it happened against Arsenal too. Maybe a man for doing because you need that. It happened against Man City too. Because he created a lot of chances. But against Fulham, did he any bars? So what I'm saying is that if he can find a remedy for that, yes, the mentality has changed and all that. Let's see. Maybe at the end, but for now, if the momentum still continues and our luck still maintains, top four will be obviously the start. Yes. Yes.
If they don't win, what happens?
I don't know what you will do to Arteta. Because why are there? Okay.
Go.
Why are there? The reason why you are there is looking at baby Arsenal free. Any baby Arsenal do drew. Last time you were talking about it. Why successful? But success you know. They were tangible. Any day tangible. Tangible so if we're to progress, but I believe that there's a time they can do it. Because looking at Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, United, because league you have a still competition. So what we will be presenting. But it seems that So it is now for Arsenal to win it. So Arsenal is competing with Arsenal. So Arsenal, you know. So Oyema before. But why the baby the Arsenal or the new mentality Arsenal?
Is this Arsenal's title to lose?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's like Kiki said in his last part. That was well put. In a weekend where we went into the weekend, he said, okay, you know what, they lost against Manchester United. Against Carrick and Marty, they stamped their feet 8/8 in the Champions League. The big question was at Elland Road, Liverpool has dropped points, Man City suffered, Chelsea dropped points. Everybody's struggling to play at Elland Road. But if you listen to Daniel Farka says that everything he threw at Arsenal, he had response to it. And I think that's a strength. Especially in the context of what happened to Manchester City also against Tottenham Hotspur. I mean, they've always struggled to play against Tottenham Hotspur. Do you know what? If it was Arsenal that's Tottenham Hotspur happened to them. I'm saying that to try and explain the whole situation. Because Manchester City initially went up by 2-0. And Tottenham equalized 2-2. If that happened to Arsenal, would have said they lack mentality. Would have said they are not fit to be winners in the English Premier League. So if Arsenal themselves have won and Man City was supposed to close in and drop in points, it looks as if Arsenal just have it in their reach. We have about 14 more matches or so to go. And for me, Arsenal's quality in depth, how they manage tough situations. We have a midweek game at 3 tomorrow against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup semi-final. That is going to be huge for me psychologically. Be able to get into the final of the Carabao Cup. I think the local treble they can.
They are in all competitions.
Yeah.
Champions League, EFL, FA Cup.
I think local treble they can.
Funny
I don't know
enough,
for the Champions
I feel
League.
they can win
The Champions League more.
as compared to the Premier League.
Yeah.
So if they are able to actually win the Champions League, usually they only finish last.
Champions League.
Champions League.
That is the tricky thing. One shady year, you will be in the you will know that you're in the Champions League final, but not a few games to win the English Premier League. So if you lose the English Premier League, who will say so FA Cup and San Wako? In case you're in the FA Cup final, you're in the Champions League final, you are, let's say, 1 point ahead in the English Premier League. Maybe I could lose so much, but then you lose the English Premier League psychologically. Then you go and lose the Champions League, lose the FA Cup. So the very first thing is that Arsenal has to win the EFL Cup. I'm a Chelsea fan, but psychologically, they need to win the EFL Cup to give them that boost that we've won something. Then you go into the subsequent matches. But I mean, Liverpool are not consistent. Manchester United, you can't trust United to go the long haul. Aston Villa, I doubt. Chelsea, Man City. I don't think anybody can stop the Arsenal team. I think it looks like it's for them. But again, you can't also fault anybody that we've seen Arsenal before. I mean, go this close to it and they literally just let it go. So we will see that Arsenal win. You don't win, and it is Arsenal.
Well, let's see what happens. So Arsenal. Can they do multiple trophies at the end of the season?
The Premier League and the FA Cup. The Premier League and the FA Cup for me.
Arsenal can win the Premier League and the EFL Cup at least.
EFL Cup, I think 4 teams now.
Yeah.
City, Newcastle,
Chelsea, Arsenal. Yeah.
Kiki.
They are leading Chelsea 3-2. Next game is away at Emirates.
Tomorrow. But see, I don't want to go for multiple. Multiple. I believe they should focus on one.
If Arsenal win the EFL Cup and FA Cup without a Champions League in the league, is it still a failure for Arteta?
EFL Cup, FA Cup, double. It's a failure.
Look, see.
Already.
You see Chelsea now?
Okay, so he's won the FA Cup already, so no big.
You see Chelsea now? If Chelsea win EFL, you because of we feel that he's coming from Strasbourg, no, be any dinosaur, or buy big shoes, in Maresca, and YABB. That one alone, but Chelsea as a team, they are there.
And then you win the FA Cup.
Arteta wins the cup double. He's still not done anything.
See this investment. As now you bought for you to win FA Cup and EFL, really.
So your point is he has to win one of the majors.
Yes, either Premier League or Champions, because Premier League, or GB since 2006 or 5 or so.
Champions on GB.
Champions win GB. So Jebako, and then big turn out GB. Have your conversation.
So if you are asked at a point you have to choose between either the Champions League or the league, which one are you going for?
The Premier League.
Or which one do you
think
Arsenal can win? Champions League or the league?
I feel they can win the Champions League better. As compared to the Premier League,
But I think, judging by realities that have been happening, they'll win the Premier League.
I think so too.
There is no team that can upstage.
Yeah. I think the Champions League over 2 legs, when it gets to the top areas,
it's tricky.
Yeah, it can become
We've
difficult.
not gotten to that stage where you know who's going to win.
But me in the Champions League.
Yeah, no, we've not seen the team.
It's just the league phase you are talking about.
Yes, but
knockout is going to be different.
Trust me.
Champions League.
You see, they can have a tricky tie, and that would be their end. If Arsenal, if Arsenal had gone through the path that Inter Milan went on, they would have made it to the Champions League final.
Yeah.
They were unlucky to be on a certain path. Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain. That was very difficult for them.
Paris Saint-Germain over 2 legs can be tough for them again.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Even Barca over 2 legs.
With this Arsenal team.
Barca over 2 legs.
See, when in the Champions League, it's not so predictable as it seems because your form is not enough. You also need luck.
Premier League,
But in the Premier League, when you get your house in order, you can definitely deal with a lot of it. And judging by the gap, I think it's easy easier for them to win. But
Gabner is
all the same.
6 here.
So Al-Nassr just announced their lineup to play against Al Riyadh. I've just been checking in the Saudi Pro League.
Yeah.
They have matches today. Starting at Al Riyadh at home to Al-Nassr. And in the Al-Nassr lineup, there is no Cristiano Ronaldo. He's not in the starting lineup and he's not on the bench. Earlier there were reports that he's embarked on a self-imposed strike. He is protesting against the unfair treatment that the PI, which is the Saudi investment fund, gives to the other clubs. Then they give Al Hilal much more like a preferential treatment. So there is much investment into the playing body of Al Hilal, and it happens with the other clubs, of which Al-Nassr is. But I think there's a big point in Saudi Arabia. Etihad, Al-Nassr, Al Hilal. So he thinks Al Hilal are getting all the big boys, the big names, the best players, and the other teams are lacking investment. And one way of protesting it is this. Again, in the boardroom, there were some sporting directors that were brought to Al-Nassr.
He brought them.
So it looks like behind the scenes there is a certain power play. Ronaldo thinks that these unseen faces and unseen hands are manipulating things to favor Al-Hilal. Is it justified?
See, let me give this story. The Saudi Arabia League had a plan to compete with the global attention when it comes to football. So decided to target some specific people. They started with some few stars, but the specific player that changed the whole perception was Cristiano Ronaldo because of the brand So there was a kind of agreement with him. Influential decision when it comes to the Saudi Arabian League, because apart from saying the Saudi Arabian League. So in Saudi Arabia, they have what we call the PIF, the Public Investment Fund. And no players is free. Teams. 75% just funds. Al Ittihad, Al-Nassr, Al-Ali. It is believed that these four teams the league. So there are sporting directors and CEOs, any technical directors from all these teams in the Bishia when they come to transfers, anyhow they want to project a certain project for Saudi Arabian League. So there is Cristiano Ronaldo's best friend called Jose Semedo. Later became the CEO of Al-Nassr. Then there is the sporting director Simao, who was also part of Ronaldo's people to Ghazali.
And then the coach.
Yeah. So this is where Cristiano Ronaldo comes in and distracts whatever is going on. Al Hilal is seen as the Barcelona of Saudi Arabia. And Al-Nassr is seen as the Real Madrid of Saudi Arabia. So even though there's Al Ittihad and Al-Ali, they are more Atletico Madrid and Valencia or Sevilla. Those who are competing is Al Hilal and Al-Nassr. Ronaldo is for Al-Nassr. So what they do is that when you want to buy a player, when they meet at the board side, Al-Nassr representing with Jose and Simao will tell you we need attackers. Then they'll look at the attackers when available, Messi, name and whatever, then they choose. Then Al Hilal too will come to represent member. Say you need the attackers. Then available, you see they buy. But this season, transfer any BL. Al-Nassr Enya Omu managers, as in the Simao and the Semedo, being frozen out. So it means that they can't really contribute. Still, and later on, what to say, Al Hilal forecast or more pay Benzema. Yeah, really easy. So automatically, I affect even 4 transfers. Ronaldo, see no. If Al-Nassr and Al Hilal they compete in the project the Saudi Arabian League. Na momo kaya ya kasabua esi ye yem. now more pushing Al Hilal. It means that you have an idea to push Al Hilal. You are disgracing the brand Ronaldo because already I'm scoring the goals, but there's a perception out there Ronaldo is not winning any trophies. Yeah. And you are still strengthening Al Hilal. So so automatically I affected N'Golo Kante to Fenerbahce. Because there was supposed to be a swap deal between Fenerbahce and Al Hilal for Al Nassr, then N'Golo Kante. Until I stopped that deal. Why? Because Ronaldo can't on. There has been an emergency meeting that transfers should be held tight or suspended. Transfers in Saudi Arabia giant. They have to talk to Ronaldo, and so they'll be having a meeting with Oyo Mendes, Ronaldo, and there's another big man in Saudi Arabia. This evening at one of their biggest hotels to discuss the reason why they want to do that, and they have to compensate Ronaldo. So right now, it's more they have to convince Ronaldo for Ronaldo to accept that okay. This is the whole plan. The reason why we are bringing Benzema to this, and later we will do this and that. And Ronaldo will be okay. So as soon as you hear finally the transfer that means that compensation, whether it can be money matter or extended Ronaldo ownership of Saudi Arabian league and the contribution. Oh baby. Some way somehow Ronaldo has to benefit. If not on the pitch, outside the
concessions must be made. That's a very detailed explanation from you, but is Ronaldo justified?
I mean, the Saudis brought in him for sports washing, whether you want it or you don't want it. Essentially, they wanted to use Ronaldo's image to make Saudi Arabia look good in the eyes of the sporting world. And these are some of the costs that they have to pay. Ronaldo stands to lose something. Loses some level of pedigree. I mean, although Ronaldo wants to get the 1,000 goal mark, he also wants to win something. And if you look at the Saudi Pro League's own documentary that they shot, I think a couple of months or so ago, you can tell that Al Nassr they keep on losing. They've changed coaches about 2 or 3 times already. Jose Mourinho, like Kiki said at the beginning of the season, Cristiano Ronaldo at the season went to bring two people that he knew. Semedo, his friend, and Semao to come and help him in terms of getting the job done. If they are not allowed to do the job, then it looks as if he's being sabotaged.
Initially, he said he was not going to renew. He would have to think about it. And then he made his own proposal to them. This is how we should do things. He said, okay, bring him back. So they even brought him coach.
I mean, you add coach to it, and all of a sudden, Cristiano Ronaldo still is not getting what he wants. I think that is worrisome. I don't have enough details of what Kiki was saying about it, but I mean, if truly Cristiano Ronaldo, his people have been frozen out and they are not getting players for Al-Nassr, then that is worrying. I think that is something that they have to sort out. See, Ronaldo has gone past football. He's a big brand. So obviously, he's going to get. And again, I think that's in truth. Like, look at the quality of players at Al Hilal compared to Al Nassr. It's not balanced at Al Nassr. They just buy players for buying sake. Joao Felix.
No, doesn't look like
yeah, but at Al Hilal,
but then again, who engineered all those moves?
Before they had just bought some
Inigo Martinez is there.
Inigo Martinez came in January last the course of the year.
Last summer. Yeah. Then there is Joao Felix. There's Mane. There's Angelo. Kingsley Coman. Then Angelo, Chelsea boy. He's also there. There's Marcelo Brozovic. Yeah, he's there.
But Marcelo Brozovic. And the big problem, the big problem with the Al Nassr team is the midfield. Marcelo Brozovic like this, he can't look at Hilal. Look at the players in the middle.
So then it's about the recruitments.
So that's why Ronaldo brought in somebody to come and do that recruitment due to you frozen him out.
And they started in the summer. See, they wanted Casemiro. Manchester United, they felt it was too much. They can't give that amount of money. Ronaldo was quiet. Right now, they were able to buy this guy, Heidir Abdul Karim.
He's a
21-year-old.
Yeah.
Mostly the only funds that you can allocate to Al Nassr is that amount. So you should buy that kind of player. Cool.
But then again, Hilal participated
at the Club World Cup. They played in that competition. Yeah. They make some money. I don't know if you get it.
Yes.
They have been winning. So definitely they have prize money to justify for what they are doing.
And so
you don't have.
If you are using that money.
You can't spend same as Al Hilal is spending.
But the PIF that 75%, Obia contributed to that 75%.
No, you see, the point is, it's about what you bring to the table. Okay, we gave you this. What did you bring? Alali won the Asian
Championship. Top players, my
I'm coming.
Why are not to you? I feel
Alali, relatively unknown players, won the Asian Champions League. Etihad won the Saudi Pro League. Al Hilal has been winning the Saudi Pro League.
And the ref is DTI.
Ronaldo. So the point is, they can't win now because of the mistakes of old. And Ronaldo needs to understand that team building is procedural. We can't slow the pace of Ali now.
But you agree that
just
Ronaldo
because he want to even the battle.
He doesn't care. Ronaldo doesn't care about what Al Nassr will do. Ronaldo just cares about Ronaldo. He cares about Ronaldo winning a trophy when he's in Saudi. That's all.
No, but again, it's about what you are offering, and then what we fail to appreciate is they do all these investments, also looking critically at the wage bill.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Al Hilal, they have a lot of superstars.
No, but
more salaries than Ronaldo.
None will earn close to Ronaldo.
Yes,
not even up to 60%. Especially after renewing his contract.
A single person,
Ronaldo Al Hilal has made vacancies available in their slots in their team. They just João Cancelo to Barcelona.
Agenda.
No.
So the
See, these are
I make Laporte. Why did not buy?
Inigo Martinez.
You got a point.
Left center back out. Left center back in. Alex Telles. Do you know who you brought?
Anderson Talisca.
I will get you names. Don't worry.
Anderson Talisca was there.
Anderson Talisca left. And then there was this guy that came on board.
I think that's why they bought the Coleman and then the job.
Talisca left. It was this boy, Duran. John Duran.
He has left.
Duran came to kick Talisca out.
Yeah.
And Duran left, and then João Felix came.
Felix will play so bad.
I said this thing procedural.
In the context of the explanation that Kiki gave, but you see, from the perspective and the explanation, you see this Ronaldo, but you see, or complaining about the quality and the quantity bought. And only mean problem or complaining about saying the players near Toman and your quality and also complaining saying Toman. You're wrong because you're Toman and you're Tomano. You're Toman compared to Enasa.
Quality.
Quality Brozovic and that Portuguese guy. We see
Brozovic play a so bad.
Otavio coming on your bad player. And moving for
Ronaldo, your family and friends.
You see, but the one I say I go for me. I go for
Otavio doesn't mean
Otavio or Brozovic, and also Milenkovic Savic and
truthfully,
that guy.
If you compare the quality that all
has,
I think Anasa initially they were overly excited with the capture of Ronaldo that they did not really plan. In truth, Anasa don't have solid team. Again.
Look at the Savage and then Ruben Neves and then Benim Ho, the Darwin Nunes, there's Ronaldo. Put him as a team. No, I'm
balance team for me.
But I think that's what Boadu was saying. The focus and excitement of Ronaldo when he did not make Nasser.
The the qualities they are, they say, Omon Tony, that Hela is having a balanced team. Or how much, or how many more. I think they are balanced. They took time to, but you see, El Nasa, Kotomi, any more from Koma Jamutu and Tre. Any more for Yama Kingsley Coman, Yama Ronaldo, Yama Sadio Man, Yama Jau Fan. In this Saudi Pro League,
that fought for is only Sadio Mane and Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, similar obviously with the new Kaka. And
goes and assist our board.
Goes there assist.
We are wrapping up on today's episode. Once
again, just subscribe to the channel for Post Podcast. Poles, P-O-L-E-S, and then podcast. You search for it on Google, and then it will just bring to you the channel. It will give you a link to YouTube, or if you're on YouTube, just search for Post Podcast. Subscribe to it, and then hit the notification bell. We are wrapping up. We've actually wrapped up. Why? Thank you.